Hello dear children, welcome to the class. Now in last class we have learned how do we calculate cash flow from operating activity in cash flow statement. Now in today's class we'll be learning how are we going to calculate cash flow from investing activities when we prepare cash flow statement as per AS3 revised. Now this is the format of a cash flow statement. First column is particular column, second is detail, third one is amount in rupees. So we'll be learning how are we going to show the cash flow from investing activity in the cash flow statement when we prepare it as per AS3 revised. Now, we all of us know that investing activities involve sale and purchase of, investing activity basically involve sale and purchase of assets. Sale and purchase of assets. Now, which assets? Assets could be tangible or intangible. Now, first we are going to record all the inflows. Fine. First we'll record all the inflow of cash from investing activity. Fine. And it starts with first item of cash inflow from investing activities. Proceeds means sale proceeds from sale of fixed assets. अब बेटा फिक्स्ड एसेट्स कौन कौन से होते हैं? फिक्स्ड एसेट्स हमारे लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी, furniture, etc. Fine. So if when we sell land and building, plant and machinery or furniture, the amount received from the sale of these fixed asset is going to be termed as cash inflow from investing activity. Now, second item of cash inflow from investing activity. It is proceeds from sale of long-term investments. Fine. Proceed from sale of long-term investments, because short-term investments, if the investments are short-term, they are going to be clubbed. You can make a note over here that short-term investments or marketable securities marketable securities are just short-term investments. Fine. They are going to be clubbed under the head cash and cash equivalent. Cash and cash equivalent. Yes, ये शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स बेटा, शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की जब सेल होती है तो हम उसको कैश एंड कैश इक्विवेलेंट में इंक्लूड करते हैं. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू इंक्लूड इट इन इनफ्लो ऑफ कैश फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. हाँ, जब लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की सेल होती है तब लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट की सेल से yes, there is an inflow of cash from investing activity. Now, third is interest and dividend received. Interest and dividend received. Interest and dividend received for non-financial company. For non-financial company. देखिए बेटा, जो फाइनेंशियल कंपनी होती है उनके लिए तो जो इंटरेस्ट और डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड होता है वो ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी होता है. फाइन. इंटरेस्ट एंड डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड, लेट मी मेंशन इट हियर, it is going to be operating activity for finance company. Fine. But this item is going to be included in cash inflow from investing activity for a non financial company, क्योंकि नॉन फाइनेंशियल कंपनी है, नॉन फाइनेंशियल कंपनी ने कहीं पर किसी कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद रखे हैं या कहीं पे इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रखी है, so that investment is going to be obviously going to give us return in the form of interest or dividend. So interest and dividend received for a non-financial company is going to be clubbed under cash inflow from investing activity. Now the fourth item of cash inflow from investing activity is your rent received. See, this is, हमने बोला था ना, रेंट रिसीव्ड हमारी नॉन ऑपरेटिंग इनकम है. रेंट रिसीव क्या होगा कि कंपनी ने और बिजनेस ने कोई प्रॉपर्टी लेट आउट कर रखी है, सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ प्रॉपर्टी को परचेज करना इज एन इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. उसको फर्दर लेट आउट करना, लेट आउट करने से जो रेंट रिसीव होगा दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ कैश इनफ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. फाइन. नाउ one thing need to be mentioned over here. See, intangible assets, sale of your intangible assets now what happens, see, those sale of intangible asset, the cash received if you are selling goodwill, fine, if you are selling goodwill or patents or royalty, fine, so we are going to get the amount and that is going to be our cash inflow from investing activity. लेकिन बेटा होता क्या है, let's understand this concept. क्या होता है, गुडविल आपको intangible asset में, we know that goodwill is an intangible asset, तो asset side में आपको goodwill balance sheet में given होती है. And let's say the financial year 2019 and 2020, this is the figure of the previous year. Let's say goodwill की amount previous year में is 60,000, fine, and goodwill की amount current year में is 50,000, fine. Now the value of goodwill is reduced, fine. So somebody will say कि अगर ये value reduce हो रही है तो ये goodwill sell हो गई. बेटा goodwill ऐसे कभी भी sell नहीं होती. goodwill हमेशा तभी sell होगी जब business पूरा sell होगा, fine. तो अभी हमने ये क्या किया है, there is a reduction in the value of the goodwill. That means this reduction of 10,000, fine, this reduction of 10,000 is goodwill written off. It is goodwill written off. मतलब हमने goodwill write off करी है. Obviously किससे write off करी होगी, from statement of profit and loss, from statement of profit and loss. तो आप बेटा recall करो कि जब हम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी कैलकुलेट कर रहे थे तो हमने गुडविल रिटर्न ऑफ नॉन कैश नॉन ऑपरेटिंग आइटम में एड बैक किया था. तो दिस आइटम व्हेन द गुडविल गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड, फाइन, व्हेन द गुडविल गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड, if we compare the figure of goodwill from the previous year and it is reducing in the next financial year, so that means it's goodwill written off and it is going to be added while calculating operating activity in the net profit before tax and extraordinary item under the head non-cash and non-operating item. On the other hand, अब बेटा ये goodwill की amount let's say 60,000 से 70,000 हो गई, यानी कि 10,000 increase हो गया. अगर 10,000 increase हुआ है इसका मतलब हमने goodwill purchase करी है. Fine, this is going to result into 10,000 increase in goodwill means it's purchase of goodwill. Now purchase of goodwill, it is going to result into cash outflow from financing activity. Fine. So that is why most of the time जब intangible asset की value reduce होती है तो आपका वो ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी का पार्ट बनती है, ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी में एड बैक होती है, लेकिन अगर इंटेंजिबल एसेट की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है, सो दैट इज परचेज ऑफ अ गुडविल, that means it is going to result into cash outflow from financing activity, and that is why we don't write sale of intangible asset in cash inflow from investing activity, क्योंकि आपकी इंटेंजिबल एसेट स्पेशली गुडविल सेल तभी होगा बेटा जब बिजनेस सेल होगा. फाइन. सो द सम टोटल ऑफ all these four items, that is cash proceeds from sale of fixed assets, then your long term investments, then your interest and dividend received by the non-financial company and rent receipt. The sum total of all these four items is going to result into cash inflow from investing activity. But there is a little correction. Let's take up this concept of goodwill again. Now, this goodwill, it's an intangible asset. If previous year the value of goodwill recorded in our books of account is 60,000 और करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर में गुडविल की वैल्यू 70,000 है, इसका मतलब देयर इज एन इंक्रीज इन द वैल्यू ऑफ गुडविल बाय 10,000, यानी कि हमने गुडविल परचेज करी होगी, 10,000 की गुडविल परचेज करी होगी. नाउ परचेज ऑफ गुडविल इज एन इंटेंजिबल एसेट. इट इज गोइंग टू रिजल्ट इनटू कैश आउटफ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. फाइन. I told you that it's a cash outflow from financing activity. It's wrong. It's cash outflow from investing activity. और investing activity का जो cash outflow होगा, that is going to be reduced from the inflows to get the net effect of cash flow from investing activity. तो अगर goodwill की value increase हो रही है, तो वो investing activity में subtract होगा, because that means that goodwill is being purchased. गुडविल इज एन इंटेंजिबल एसेट. एसेट जब परचेज होगा तो कैश आउटफ्लो होगा फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. अगर गुडविल की वैल्यू रिड्यूस हो जाती तो वो हम मानते कि ये गुडविल राइट ऑफ हुई है, क्योंकि गुडविल की वैल्यू रिड्यूस होना, गुडविल की सेल कभी नहीं हो सकती, क्योंकि गुडविल सेल तभी होती है बेटा जब आपका बिजनेस सेल होता है. फाइन. गुडविल सेल तभी होती है जब आपका बिजनेस सेल होता है, इसलिए गुडविल की वैल्यू अगर रिड्यूस हो रही है, फाइन, अगर ये 50,000 होती, यानी कि गुडविल की वैल्यू रिड्यूस हो जाती 10,000 से, यानी कि मैंने उस सिचुएशन में गुडविल को राइट ऑफ किया है. ठीक है, इसका मतलब 10,000 से गुडविल इज रिटन ऑफ. और गुडविल रिटन ऑफ अभी आपको बताया था, गुडविल राइट ऑफ किससे होती है? करंट ईयर के प्रॉफिट से. सो प्रॉफिट रिड्यूस हो जाएगा, लेकिन कैश कहीं बाहर नहीं जाता. सो गुडविल रिटन ऑफ is going to be added back while calculating cash flow from operating activity under the head non-cash and non-operating items. And when it is written off, obviously it is written off from the profits, from your statement of profit and loss, it is debited. Fine. So your profit gets reduced, लेकिन कैश कहीं बाहर नहीं जा रहा, इसलिए हम इसको एड बैक कर देते हैं to net profit before tax and extraordinary item under the head non-cash and non-operating expenses. I hope that now the concept of goodwill is clear to everyone. So just to recapitulate again, proceeds from sale of fixed assets. Then to this we are going to add proceeds from sale of long-term investments. Fine. And then we are going to add interest and dividends. Fine. Interest and dividend received by the non-financial company. Interest and dividend received by non-financial company. And finally, the rent received. Fine. Now, when we add these four, we are going to get cash inflow from investing activity. From this, we are going to subtract payment for purchase of fixed asset, payment for purchase of फिक्स्ड एसेट. बेटा जब फिक्स्ड एसेट सेल हुए थे तो कैश इनफ्लो हुआ था. अब अगर परचेज करेंगे तो कैश आउटफ्लो होगा. देन माइनस वील सबट्रैक्ट पेमेंट फॉर परचेज ऑफ long term investments. Fine, because long term investment is a part of financing activity. And short term investments or marketable securities, if we have purchased them, so we are not going to include them over here. They are going to be included in cash and cash equivalent. Then payment for purchase of fixed asset. अभी हमने देखा गुडविल अगर परचेज होगी तो कैश आउटफ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी होगा. सो पेमेंट फॉर परचेज ऑफ intangible asset, intangible asset like your goodwill, for example goodwill. Yes, if we have purchased it, so it is going to result into purchase of goodwill is going to result into cash outflow from financing activity. So this is going to be subtracted. And then any other extraordinary item, any other extraordinary item, for example your insurance claim on machinery, insurance claim on machinery. If it's an insurance claim on machinery received, fine. So insurance claim on machinery received, and if that machinery was damaged because of fire, so that is going to be subtracted because that is an extraordinary item. Fine. So from the cash inflow from investing activity, if we'll subtract the items like your payment of purchase of fixed asset, long-term investments or intangible asset, etc. When we'll subtract all these items, we are going to get, see, if inflow is greater than the outflow, then we are going to get cash flow from financing activity. But if our outflow is greater than the inflow, then we are going to get cash used in investing activity. So we are going to write the net figure as cash flow from or used in investing activity. Now, in case there is a additional information regarding any fixed asset, for example, now let's take this example. हमारे पास नोट्स टू अकाउंट में बेटा टेंजिबल एसेट के बैलेंसेस दिए हुए हैं ऑफ द प्रीवियस ईयर 2014 10 लाख, ऑफ द करंट ईयर 2015 12 लाख 70,000 लेस एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रीसिएशन. यानी कि ये जो एसेट हम शो कर रहे हैं ये बुक वैल्यू पे शो कर रहे हैं. जब हम एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रीसिएशन अकाउंट ओपन अप करते हैं तो डेप्रीसिएशन इज बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड इन द एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रीसिएशन अकाउंट. सो एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रीसिएशन for the previous year is 1,50,000 and for the current year it's 2 lakh. In the additional information below the balance sheet आपको दिया होगा during the year a piece of machine cost price of that piece is rupees 25,000 on which accumulated depreciation is provided for rupees 16,000 is sold for rupees 6,000. Now, if this is the case, then what we have to do is we have to first prepare fixed asset account and accumulated depreciation account in the working note. Now, we know that asset account has got debit balance. So the opening balance to balance brought down is going to be recorded on the debit side of fixed asset account, and this is rupees 10 lakh. And closing balance, buy balance closed down, we'll record on the credit side of fixed asset account, which is 12 lakh 70,000. Now accumulated depreciation account, since it's a provision, so it has got a credit balance. Opening balance हम credit side पे लिखेंगे, buy balance brought down, accumulated depreciation थी opening बेटा 1,50,000 की, and balance closed down to balance closed down, it is 2 lakh. Fine. Now during the year, a piece of machinery costing rupees 24,000, जिसके ऊपर accumulated depreciation 16,000 की थी. बेटा देखिए 24,000 की अगर मशीनरी थी, accumulated depreciation उसके ऊपर 16,000 की लग चुकी है, तो मशीनरी की बुक वैल्यू हो गई 8,000, और 8,000 बुक वैल्यू की मशीनरी हमने 6,000 में सेल करी है, so that means there is a loss of rupees 2,000 on the sale of the asset. Fine. So this is nothing but the loss on sale of the asset. Now how are we going to record this whole? बेटा रूल ये होता है कि जब कोई एसेट सेल होता है तो the accumulated depreciation on the asset right from the date of purchase till the date of sale, that is 16,000, we transfer it from the accumulated depreciation account to the fixed asset account, और हमारी एंट्री होती है provision for depreciation account debited to asset account. So what are we going to do is we are going to transfer this accumulated depreciation on the machinery sold to the fixed asset account, and this amount is 16,000. फाइन बेटा, तो 16,000 जब हमने एंट्री पास करी, एंट्री पास में फिर से बता देती हूँ, एंट्री मेरी बनेगी प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू फिक्स्ड एसेट अकाउंट 16,000, एंड हियर वी आर गोइंग टू राइट बाय accumulated depreciation account or provision for depreciation account, accumulated depreciation account, and this amount is 16,000. Now when this asset is being sold for 6,000, so by bank account 6,000 का हमने asset sell किया है बेटा, and your 2,000 is going to be the loss on the sale of asset. Fine. There is less of space, so I'm going to write it again. This balance closed down. So by loss on sale of an asset, loss on sale of machinery or fixed asset is 2,000. Fine. By balance closed down 12,70,000. Fine. Now we are going to close the asset account. Now when we close this asset account, we know that the sum total of the credit side is greater than the debit side, and we are going to get the balancing figure over here. तो बेटा जो balancing figure यहाँ पे आएगी, यहाँ पर डेबिट साइड पर आ रही है, इसका मतलब क्या हो गया कि ये हमारा एसेट परचेज होगा. फाइन. सो वील राइट टू बैंक अकाउंट परचेज ऑफ एसेट, purchase of fixed asset. This is our balancing figure. So let's balance this account. So the total is 12,94,000. 12,94,000 में से बेटा हम 10 लाख सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे, तो बैलेंसिंग फिगर इज 2,94,000, यानी कि हमने 2,94,000 के एसेट परचेज किए हैं, एंड दिस लेजर अकाउंट इज क्लोज्ड. So this is 12,94,000. Fine. Let's close this accumulated depreciation account also. Accumulated depreciation account को जब हम close करते हैं तो हमारा total आ रहा है 2,16,000 और 2,16,000 में से 1,50,000 अगर मैं subtract करती हूँ तो I'm going to get the balancing figure as 66,000 and 66,000 is going to come on the credit side. यानी कि ये क्या होगा? This is going to be the amount of depreciation provided during the year. Fine, the balancing figure will be depreciation provided during the year. Fine, and this account is also closed. Now see, after this, we are going to see that where are we going to place this figure. Now this depreciation provided beta 66,000. ये हमारा operating activity में non cash item में add हो जाएगा. Fine. Then ये 2,94,000 ये हमने परचेज किया है फिक्स्ड एसेट. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी subtracted from investing activity. Cash, it is going to result into cash inflow from investing activity. Now this bank account 6,000, fine, this is going to be your added in cash inflow from investing activity, and this 2,000 loss on sale of fixed asset. Now loss on sale of fixed asset, this figure is also added up, है ना. लॉस था ना ये हमने, if you recall, जब हमने operating activity calculate करी थी, so this loss on sale is added while calculating operating activity under the head non-cash non-operating expenses. Fine. So loss on sale is going to be added in operating activity. Sale proceeds from the sale of this fixed asset 6,000 is going to be added, as it is going to result in cash inflow from investing activity. It is going to result in cash inflow from investing activity. 2,94,000 it is going to be subtracted from while calculating cash inflow from investing activity, and this depreciation provided during the year 66,000, the balancing figure is going to be added in operating activity as it's a non-cash expense. I hope whatever we have discussed today, how to calculate the cash flow from investing activity and what is going to be the accounting treatment in case the additional information is given regarding the sale of an asset, it's clear to everyone. Hope all of you have enjoyed the learning today. That's all for today from my side. Thank you very much.